market like this, which has run up so much over the past few days. One of the worries in the market have been the poor monsoon. We discussed that with Gaurav Goyal of Dhampur. We now have Sandeep Bharadwaj, the CEO and Head of Equity Strategy at Tower Capital, joining us. Sandeep, your research report, which we have with you of July 14th, says that the situation on the ground is much worse than what the IMD is making it out to be. What kind of an agricultural output downtick are you factoring in?
Good afternoon, Lata. Good afternoon, Ashu. What we have seen, in my opinion, first of all, I'd like to state that this is my opinion, and we have done a lot of ground level research and the research which is the data which is available from the IMD's website. Now, I'll just give you a macro picture first. What has happened? First of all, we saw about 3 weeks ago the World Meteorological Organization (WMO) talking about the El Nino effect. Now, what we are seeing consistently on the daily satellite images which IMD releases, that is very much true. So the whole of India which receives the monsoon, it primarily originates from Bay of Bengal region and then moves up to the north of India. So the Arabian Sea monsoon which comes up, it is only evident, it only affects the Western Ghats and parts of Gujarat. So effectively what is happening is because of the warming of the Pacific waters, clouds, the cloud formation and the depression which is forming, that instead of moving towards North India, it is categorically moving towards east of Asia, towards China. Now that has not changed in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks since time we've been seeing the data, and as of today the data which has been released by the IMD on their website still shows the same. So we beg to differ from the IMD's claims that that the situation will improve. Now we have checked the accuracy of the predictions made by various meteorological organizations across the globe. Now nobody has an accurate prediction for more than a week. So talking about from beyond that time period, I think it's a bit early and a bit immature. Right. Now coming back to ground level reality, we have spoken to farmers in Tamil Nadu, we've spoken to farmers in Saurashtra, that is Gujarat, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Eastern and Western Uttar Pradesh, and Haryana and Punjab, which is the most important part of our agriculture because that's the highest output that we see from those regions. Now, so far the damage that has been done to the paddy cultivation, this is the time to actually extract the paddy and replant it for the rice plantation. So most of the places the seeds have not even been put in because of the very poor rains.
Sandeep, sorry to interrupt, I just because of the paucity of time, I just want to get one question in on sugar. Could you shed light on what are the key growth areas and what's the situation there at the moment as far as the sugar crop itself is concerned? And perhaps if you can go one step further and how much of it is getting crushed or how much is left wherever it is. If you can just talk about that.
We are in the June is the month for sugarcane sowing of the sugarcane. So I think this is the time where it will be probably knee high. So harvesting of sugarcane will only start happening in October. So that's when the crushing starts. So if there's poor monsoon, obviously the yield of sugarcane will be negatively affected. So availability of sugarcane, as far as the situation stands now, will definitely be a problem. So you can see sugarcane prices moving up. And then there's another factor which is the selling price of sugar. Okay. So if there's a government intervention, sorry. Okay.
No, well, thanks a lot for that. But Sandeep, one quick question on what do you therefore expect to be the agricultural output this year and therefore your GDP forecast?
Okay, there are 2 points to consider. From what we have, the first one is what the farmers have told us that 50% of the paddy culture, that the rice output has already been lost, and this cannot be salvaged. That what has been lost because monsoon has to be time based and the distribution has to be right. Now the remaining 50% is what we are looking to salvage. Now if the rain situation does not improve, then this can worsen.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Sandeep Bharadwaj, thanks a lot for joining us with those details. So this is a more dire forecast coming from Tower Capital, not as encouraging as Ajit Tyagi, the head of IMD. He spoke to us earlier. Maybe we could hear out IMD for just a bit, Dr. Ajit Tyagi, the DG of Director General of the Met Department.
July and August are crucial, and we are happy that July is going as per our forecast. Now hopefully August also follows, then overall number may still look 93, 92% or 95%, but its adverse impact will be minimal. But we have to be cautious as with the July rainfall being good, and we expect August, and other models also suggesting worldwide that August should be near normal.
Right, we'll shift gears. Usually it's a good indication if you see a lot of private equity